YouTube, what's going on? Trey back again, hit you with a video. Now this video come out of Minneapolis, and I do not have many videos come out of Minneapolis. And big shout out to all my peeps up there, my family up there in Minneapolis holding it down. But this story right here is very troubling, and it's also a very graphic story also, even though it's not nearby graphic. Some of the rest I done told. But I'm gonna read a snippet from this story, and I'm gonna give my opinion, surely, as we go. Father raped, chained, and beat twin daughters in what authorities call torture. Twin sisters with diminished mental and emotional capacity were subjected to long stretches of captivity and chains by their father in their South Minneapolis home and raped, starved, and beaten. Charges filed Tuesday against the father assert. Now, what kind of man call himself a man, sit up there and do his own daughters like that? Whether they mentally challenged or not, but to beat them, starve them, rape them, and chain them up. I mean, that's a very sad situation. Now, put yourself in that position right there as that child looking up at your dad doing this to you, and ask me and tell me how would you feel. Now, the abuse continued for years until one of them escaped to alert authorities last May. It's a good thing that she did escape. Now, charges filed against 51-year-old Jerry Lee Curry. Sound like, oh, damn, pedophile. And no offense to Stephen Curry, since they got the same last name. In a protective order against him also revealed that he fathered two children by one of the twins, one born in June 2014 and the other in October 2017. And all those were by the same sister. The sisters are now in their early 20s. So this bastard, this son of a you-know-who, the father, two kids already by his own daughter. Now that's sick right there. He's more mentally challenged than his daughters are mentally challenged, if you ask me. He need a foot up his ass. And that's very sad because you don't know who to trust in these damn days and times. Now, Curry surrendered to authorities downtown and was booked into jail late Wednesday morning. He remains held in lieu of a $750,000 bail ahead of his first court appearance later this week. Police said they are trying to locate the mom of the girls to find out what she might know about the violence. The mother's father said he hasn't seen her for a month, maybe more, and was unaware of the trouble in her family. The criminal complaint charging Curry with numerous violent felonies, as well as court orders for protection on twins' behalf, also alleged that he also beat the couple's 10-year-old daughter, but not nearly to the extent of what he inflicted on the twins. So I guess the twins was the one that was born with this affliction, and a 10-year-old daughter was, normal. But at the same time, it's also alleged that he also beat the 10-year-old daughter, but not nearly to the extent. So I guess he had more love for the one, since she didn't have these problems going on, than he had for the twins that he had. Now, Curry's rage was fueled by one of the twins becoming sexually active and his feeling that they were eating too much, authorities say. Neither police nor any public available court files explain who is now caring for the twins. Their younger sister or the two children born to one of the twins. Police and Hennepin County Attorney Mike Freeman did not immediately respond for a request for comment on why 7 months passed before Curry was charged. Like, what was the use of waiting this long? I mean, a simple blood test would show you that just seeing these children, the twins, not in their early 20s, but seeing them in their predicament, you know what I'm saying, where he had them chained up at, is enough evidence right there to go to the house and see them, where they was. I mean, come on now. So they also said, I don't ever remember having enough food, reads the twice impregnated twins account in her order for protection petition that a Hennepin County judge granted last June. So he wasn't even feeding his own daughter. He was basically starving them out. And it's sad that she said, I don't even remember the last time I had enough food, really, enough to fill me up. So that's sad right there. And she also said, he forced me to have sex and has done this to me every day since I was in my early teens or so, the account continued. He did this to my twin sister also, being chained to the door in bed every day for as long as I can remember, and threats of being killed and left in the trash continued until the twin fled to a friend's home, and police took me to a safe place, bringing the abuse to end in early May, she added. And that's a good thing that she escaped. You know what I'm saying? I guess she would have more, not sense, because it's not, not trying to be disrespectful, but I guess she was more of the leader of the twins. You know how you have one twin who's more outspoken and more bolder and will whoop your butt if you try to hurt the other twin? I guess so. She was that twin. You know how one played the submissive role and one played the leader role. They even do that in the womb, in the belly. Now, it feels so good today to not be chained to the bed. The twin who gave birth to a boy in June 2014 and to a daughter in the past year was identified in a criminal complaint as victim B. And a psychologist determined she is at a mild to moderate level of intellectual disability and unable to live on her own. The other twin, identified as victim A, is more severely diminished intellectually and behaves much like a child 6 to 7 years old. The complaint continues. Just like I said earlier, you have one who's more of the leader and, you know what I'm saying, not as bad in this state of the affliction as the one that acts 6 to 7 years old. So the one that had the more, not saying sense, because I don't want to make it sound crazy, but that's the one that escaped and went and sought help. And that's very smart that she did. So that says you a lot. You know what I'm saying? When people think people crazy, they're not crazy as you think they are. They wait for the chance to show you how crazy they are or to get away from you. Now, child safety experts with Masonic Children's Hospital in Minneapolis examined the twins soon after they were removed from their parents' care and concluded that their injuries were clinically diagnostic of torture. Curry, whose criminal history in Minneapolis, Minnesota includes nothing more serious than drunken driving and low-level assault convictions, is charged in Hennepin County District Court with first-degree criminal sexual conduct, stalking, first and second degree assault, abuse of a vulnerable adult, and a gross misdemeanor count of child endangerment. And they should have gave him some aggravated stupidity in that too. And that carries the death penalty, that aggravated stupidity. Now, the prosecution's urgency in getting Curry off the street was evident in him being sought through a rush warrant, pointing to the serious nature of the offenses and the threat posed to public safety before his arrest. The home is owned and rented out by Jennifer Nepper, who lives in Maple Grove. Nepper said Wednesday that the twins' mom is mentally handicapped and really nice. So he must have a thing for women with disabilities. So if the mom quite naturally handicapped, quite naturally the children are going to be the same way also. So I don't know if this is some kind of predator, but it seems to me he's a predator because he preyed on this woman when he clearly could have got somebody else. But if you say that, people say, well, if he loved her, he could have been with her. If he loved her, he wouldn't have did the children this way. So evidently he didn't love her. So let's call it what it is. He's a damn predator. Now, I feel terrible about this. The property owner declined to say more. The home is right beside one of the neighbors, and several people who lived on the block said police were at the residence last spring or early summer and put 2 adults under arrest and removed dogs from the 1,100 square foot home. Pretty big house. Now, an officer went to the home on a domestic assault call on April 25th, 2017, before the twins and younger sister gave their accounts to authorities. The initial incident report that calls shows no arrest being made or other action taken. So what kind of investigation did you do? I mean, when you go to anybody else's house, if they call and have the wrong number, they can tell you, oh, I got the wrong number. They show up at the door, nothing going on. They ready kicking the door in. Is everything all right in there? Get out the way. I see somebody. Oh, no. Pow, pow, pow. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to people who actually doing stuff, just like on the movies, you ever seen these movies where they be having the people chained up in the basement, the police come over and stuff, and they don't really trip, but you can pretty much see right behind the person the living room disarray, the whole house disarray. You got clothes torn, you got blood everywhere. But the police don't do nothing in that situation. But the people who probably just had how like a butt call or dial the wrong number, the police come over there, they want to investigate every damn thing. It's like when they should really investigate, they don't investigate. I don't understand that right there, because I guarantee you, if they would have went in there and did a thorough search or investigation, this would have been over a long time ago. Now, according to the charges against Curry, on May 1st, the mom reported that one of her twin daughters, victim A, was missing. Authorities found her the next day at the Salvation Army shelter downtown bearing significant injuries consistent with abuse. She told police she feared returning home but didn't elaborate. On May 9th, County Human Services officials removed the other twin, victim B, and the young sister from the family's home. Victim A left the Salvation Army shelter and surfaced on June 7th at a woman's shelter in St. Paul. She'd rather go live in a shelter than live with that abusive bastard. I don't blame her. I'd rather go live on the streets in cold Minneapolis than be around him right there, because that's crazy. I would have been and knocked him upside his head with a frying pan. Now, On June 12th, and again a few days later, Victim A gave authorities a detailed account of the violence she and her sisters went through in the home, starting at least as far back as roughly 10 years ago when Curry allegedly stomped on and broke the twins' ankle. So this is just an abusive ass bastard. You know what I'm saying? He needed somebody, he needed a grown man to physically manhandle his ass. Since he liked to pick on women, guys like that need a grown man just to break them down to their bare minimums, make them cry, make them shit on themselves or whatever the hell else. Make them pee all on themselves. The same fear that he put in them girls, he need a man to put that in him. I'm serious. That's what they need to do. Now, Victim A said that once her parents realized she was sexually active, her father repeatedly put a dog chain tightly around one or both ankles and connected it to the parents' bedroom door to prevent her from seeing men and to deny her food. You know why? Because he wanted that thing. He wanted that monkey. That's all that mean right there. He wasn't trying to let her get away with nobody. It's like that Black Snake Moan with Samuel Jackson. He had a little white girl chained up, and she trying to run out the door, and he just dragging her back with that chain, looking like he ready to sop up some biscuits and some gravy. Now, this bondage would sometimes last for days, often with her hands tied behind her back, and Curry would beat her bloody while she was bound, Victim A said. She said her twin also was similarly chained. An examination of Victim A on June 15 revealed a largely detached left ear and scars on her forehead, scalp, and back. She said those wounds came from when Curry beat her with a bat and a paddle. The damn near told the girl ear off, the young lady ear off, and them just beat her down with bats and all kinds of stuff and a paddle. How do you do your children like that? You know why? Because that goes to show you the nature of this beast right here. And people want to say this is a mental illness. So can somebody please, you doctors out there, diagnose Curry for me right now? Is Curry mentally ill, or is this fool just a demonic ass person? I'll take the latter in on that one. Now, other injuries to Victim A included a chronic limp from being chained around her ankle so tightly. Back in February 2017, she had a skin graft surgery on one ankle at Hennepin County Medical Center, or HCMC. County Health Services officials had the other twins, referred to as Victim B, admitted on May 9th to HCMC. On June 9th, a nurse saw Victim B crying, and she admitted that Curry raped and she was pregnant by him. She said he routinely raped her when her mom was not home. DNA samples from Curry and Victim B confirmed that he was, like Maury would say, you are the father of her daughter and the twins' biological father as well. Victim B said Curry would beat both of them with fists, bats, and brooms if they misbehaved. That would have been my twin sister. However we communicate, because they can communicate. Well, I would have came up with some kind of plan through sign language or whatever. And I would have handed her a frying pan. I would have handed me a frying pan and a knife. You got a knife, I got a knife, and we both got frying pans. I would have gave her that signal right here, like, and point his way so anybody can understand that hell and whoop that ass. You know what I'm saying? He come back in there thinking that he finna get some more nookie. That's gonna be his last cookie for the rest of his life. Now, she said she also saw her father hit her younger sister, but chose not to chain the girl to the door because she was considered too young. Oh, so Curry did have a little heart. Little bastard. Now, the 10-year-old was examined for 3 days in early May at HCMC, and there was no signs of physical abuse. In questioning in June, she said Curry hit her in the head with a golf club. A golf club? Now, who do you think he is, Tiger Woods? A few years earlier, and that he made her strike her twin sister with a stick. So he got them whooping each other ass. You know what I'm saying? No wonder they didn't try to jump on him or double team him up. He had them so confused in that house. Now, on June 30th, a professional guardian petitioned the court and was granted an order for protection against Curry on behalf of Victim A. That filing revealed further mistreatment, including that she was sometimes naked while chained and left to wallow in her feces and urine. That's sad. Basically, left the girl that chained up so long that she had to use the bathroom right there where she sat. Man, don't nobody deserve that. Not even an animal deserve that. They would lock you up for doing a dog like that. Now, the chains were so snug that gangrene set in and nearly cost her both legs before surgery on both ankles, but they was able to save them. Now, the petition also alleged that Curry blooded the mom with punches and had one twin hit the other twin. When they would go out of the house, the petition read, her parents were constantly with both her and her sister, and Curry would not leave her alone, so it was impossible for her to get help. Curry would not give them food for days. I would have been all up in that kitchen. I would have been like one of them rats. I would have gnawed that chain off and got me some damn grub. Now, Curry would not give them food for days and had them chained because they ate too much. The filing continued. Hell, he wouldn't feed them. That's why they was eating a lot. Victim B alleged that Curry and her mom always kept the twins' Social Security disability payments to buy drugs and alcohol. So the mom was accessory to this also. In the ad, an update to the story, the mom was also arrested and charged with criminal negligence, and also as an accessory in all of this right here. But I will keep you all posted as this story further unfolds and develops. So let me know what you all think about this sad situation right here, because don't nobody deserve to be born. You know what I'm saying? You already fighting disability, and then you gotta fight your own damn so-called dad and mom who letting all this shit go on because she high off of drugs and alcohol. Let me know what you all think. And also, for you ones who want to classify everything a mental illness, okay, God bless you. Anyway, if you like the video, push that like button. If you like, subscribe. Definitely share the video. Till next time, y'all love them kids. If you don't love them kids, don't have them or get to somebody else that will. I'm out.